There are people throughout history that have been such a blessing to me as I read of their lives and their passion for Christ. And one of the exciting things is that you discover with Christianity is that what we're talking about, what we're doing, is nothing new. I mean, God has raised up men and women around the world for centuries to share the good news of Jesus Christ with others. One of my favorite characters in all of history is a man by the name of John Wesley. I mean, it was written about him. He would preach the Word of God and people would be converted. And he rode thousands of miles on horseback. God used him. He stood against slavery when it was not the cultural thing to do. God just used him. He founded the Methodist Church. What we know today as the Methodist Church was really started, that movement was started, the Methodist movement was started by John Wesley. And oh, what a man of God he was, and how God used him in such a mighty way. So that's why I was very excited when my wife and I were in London and we went there to visit his church. And we were on a tour, and the guide said to us, well, you know, this place used to be packed, and he showed us how they would have extra places for people, and people would stand outside to hear the Word of God there in that church, and how God used John Wesley. And then he said, but you know, today is a different day. Why, we have people in this neighborhood who are not from Christian backgrounds. They're from other religious backgrounds. And so, you know, it's not that way today. And so we only have a few people come. But we have had the former Prime Minister visit here. The Queen of England has visited here. And as I listened to him, my heart broke, because what he was saying is the state of the church today. You see, Wesley had a fire burning in him. The fire of God was burning in his heart, burning in his soul. Oh, how he loved God, how he hated sin, how he loved people. Oh, that fire, the fire of the love of Jesus Christ and the holiness of the Spirit of God was consuming John Wesley. And God used him to bring a great awakening to not only his country, but to people around the world. Today, what we find ourselves in a situation that's described over in the book of Revelation that says the church is not hot, the church is not cold, it's lukewarm. And God says, I have this against you. And God even says that he would want to just literally spew them out of his mouth, because the church is neither hot nor cold. Oh, would you let the fire of God begin to burn in you? We need men and women who had that fire that John Wesley had in his life. When we have those kind of people with that kind of fire, we will see revival. We will see awakening. I'm not talking about the fire for politics. I'm not talking about the fire for political strength. I'm not talking about the fire for your community, or I'm talking about the fire of God burning in your life. Allowing God to burn away anything that's not like Jesus. Allowing the fire of God to burn in your life, to give you a passion for others, to love people, even as Christ loved them. Oh, when that fire burns, we will see revival, for that is revival.